like, we're not. I'm not trying to say anything, but some of these guests aren't cheap. Some of these
No.
guests.
But you know what? Like that sucks for us, right? Well, actually for you, not for me. But some of them are not cheap. But if you think about it, they've kind of earned that
I
a little
agree.
bit.
And I think
You know what I mean?
without, so a little backstory to get monetized on this YouTube deal, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and like 20,000 likes. I could be wrong on the likes, but I know the first two are correct.
Yeah.
So we need to make $1 all the way,
Mm.
to get 1,000 subscribers. We're only at 1,067. Like we just started,
What did Craig tell us? We just made $11.71.
and our history of our deal.
These right here were $12.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. But YouTube makes you put in the work. They make you go through because, like we were talking before, anybody that's famous can get 1,000 subscribers overnight, and then, but that's not fair for guys like us. So YouTube puts it in. Okay, 1,000 subscribers now get 4,000 watch hours. So that makes that famous guy. He only wants to put out one video. No, he got to put out multiple
Yeah.
videos to So everybody that's making money too has earned it, and I think it's a cost of doing business. The reason that we got to these subscribers in the year that took us is because we had guests that moved the needle. So I look back at some of these big time as far as views, but without doing those, without spending that money to do those, where would we be?
Yeah.
We might only be at 200. You know what I'm saying? If we're just having our uncles on here and talking to them.
How
But
about one we always look over that I thought was cool? Peyton Bray.
yeah, I don't even remember that. Like,
Remember in
yeah,
in Vegas?
yeah,
When he was
I was on that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was telling us about the wreck and all
Yeah,
that.
he got
kind of stuff.
emotional
He got
about
real
that.
emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, started tearing up and
Yeah.
stuff. And which I mean, it just shows the guy's real, but
Yeah.
he was real cool.
Yeah,
The whole setup we had.
that was cool.
And another thing that I like about like us three doing the podcast is none of us are in this thing to be like, oh, I'm Brandon, look at me, or I'm Caesar, look at me, or whatever. Because the best thing I could have done and you could have done was get out of the way when it was Caesar and Derek.
The time and a place. Yep.
Right?
Time and a place.
Right. I mean, and going forward, I like that because there's some guys that I could sit here and talk to all day long. Other guys, Caesar, other guys, you, whatever, and we're all just for the podcast. We're just for having fun.
Yeah. And I think that we keep it going like that, and then when it's a banger when you see all three of us.
Oh yeah. And we're excited about the guests, right? Like,
Yeah.
because nobody's backing down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't excited about Derek, but it was pretty cool. You know what I thought was cool about Vegas too? I mean, there was a lot of stuff, but we ran into Derek's dad and mom in the elevator.
Yeah.
And they're just talking all the way. And then we get to our room and their door's here and our door's here. It's right next to each other.
That's when we ran into. We saw Sherry Servia on there, and she's like, "I'm leaving. I'm sorry." And then we saw Jenny.
Cody Teal. I
Teal.
hung out with Cody Teal for a while.
We met Jenny and talked to him, and then he remembered us.
Tell me we didn't seem cool though, huh?
Yeah, we were sitting down at that meeting.
We're sitting down at this meeting. Jenny walked by. Hey, what's up? It's the Brandon. And we're like, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
So.
And I never been to the Lazy E before, and that was cool going to Guthrie. I liked that.
I liked all the Guthrie. I liked everything about it, but I really liked the fences and the hills and the
beautiful.
All the mares were and everything out there. I just thought that was super cool. And
you weren't here that day when we did that. Preston Williams, the bit maker, but that guy was the most, genuine. Nice guy. He was cool as hell. I mean, that guy was really awesome.
I'll tell you, the only one that I've ever missed that I wish I didn't miss is Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler was.
Wheeler texted me after like, "Where you at?" I was like, "Man, I was in Mexico. They told me your brother was coming." Because everybody's like, "Oh, Travis is coming." I was like, "Travis, cool shit," but like
Wheeler. No, and Wheeler, I think, what's he like, 1.1 or something like that? He's jumped up there.
Wheeler the Bronc Peeler, they call him.
Oh, I was laughing my ass off. And he said,
it's funny.
He kicked me about 20 foot in the air. I came down, and my legs were over here, and my leg broke. And the way he talks, he's funnier and shit. My femur broke.
Did you ever see the thing that Yeti did on him?
Yeah, I watched that.
Did
Yeah,
you
that
watch
was really cool.
Yeah, the
Um,
wild cow catchers.
and he said, he goes, I was more scared of my dad than I was getting bucked off. He goes, I wasn't scared to get bucked off. I was scared to get bucked off. My dad's gonna whoop my ass. And I'm
Hey,
like, I can relate.
I think that's a misconception about farmers, right? Like everybody thinks that we, are ranchers. We drive around wearing bib overalls with a piece of straw hanging out of our mouth and little old farmer pickups with the wheels falling off. But I mean, that's not necessarily how it is. We are out of our house
More than we're in it.
more than we're in
A
it.
lot more.
So we kind of got the pulse of what's going on,
Yeah.
right?
And we're all hours of the day, including the night. So the people of the night, you kind of got to know them a little bit.
You
Let
do.
let me say this before I forget. So the other day, on 59th Avenue and Buckeye
Oh
Road,
yeah, this is
this is what I lose my.
this is what you need Jerry Sheridan for.
Yes, and I can't wait for you to bring this up to talk to him about it. But shit like this is, man, this is what pisses me off so bad. So I have probably a 65-year-old man that's working for me. He cuts hay for me. He's over there on 59th Avenue. We call the church farm. He's cutting
Because
hay.
it's owned
over
by the
there.
Mormon Church,
Mormon
right?
Church owns it. So he's cutting hay. We had two swathers over there cutting. He's cutting hays in one. He gets up there. There is a African American male with a blanket laying in the middle of the hayfield, sleeping. He can't hear this fucking machine that's sounds like
So
a fucking fighter jet going on.
so let's paint the picture. These machines go through the fields real easy. If you're on YouTube watching us, YouTube's rotary swather.
Yeah,
They're rolling through the field 15 miles an hour, right?
hauling ass. Yep.
So if it wasn't for this guy paying attention to what he's doing, because he's cut hay for 30
Never.
years,
Mhm.
he would have smoked this guy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've hit a dog in him,
Oh, I've hit
coyotes,
all kind of shit in him.
yeah, and it'll go right through it.
You're right. And so he's laying on the board. So he makes a pass. There's a border separating,
Yeah.
but he makes a pass by this guy within 4 feet,
Mhm.
and the guy doesn't move. So then he gets up to the guy, gets off the machine, walks up to him. Hey, you got to move. The guy gets up, and as soon as he gets up, he's a 30-year-old male. Gets up. This 65-year-old Mexican guy that works for
Little
me,
guy, like
little
this.
short
Yeah.
chapito. I mean, he's not very tall. Tells him, "Hey, man, move." It's worse enough he had to get off the machine.
I'm doing my job.
Yeah, what the fuck? As soon as he tells him that and he turns, the guy attacks him, jumps on his back, beats the living shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
This old man beats the shit out of him. And luckily, there was another irrigator there, and they were able to, at least he stopped and he fought his way off. I mean, his face is all black and blue, red as fuck, all fucked up. Well, they call the cops. The guy gets arrested. Da 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 da. But I mean, like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's a new one for me. And honestly, this guy, it's the best thing to do is get thrown in jail. You know why? He gets 3 meals a day and AC and But I mean, it's not fun to farm in this city.
It's crazy around here anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
I always use 91st as the boundary because I mean, you go past 91st,
Yeah.
man. It's just I don't know. I I could get this paper right here and pretty much show you how you're probably not making money going that side of 91st anymore
I'm
because
going way past 91st.
yeah, it's taking you 3 or 4 times as long to get there, 3 or 4 times long to get back. Then you're gonna have that problem.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and then not only that, the amount of trash and the shit that people throw in our fields anymore, it's just getting fucking out of hand. I mean, but the garbage that comes down the ditch and then that goes into the field. I mean, it is.
And then when the water floods over, it's
Yeah.
your fault.
Oh fuck, and it gets plugged up. But on the ends of the fields where the water stands, you guys don't understand how much trash is
yeah.
in these fields.
Well, I see it on Trevor's deal all the time. People complaining about the trash
Yeah.
and the bales. Well, you guys aren't putting the trash there.
no, fuck no. I tell everybody the trash is free. I ain't charging for that.
Right.
You take that home.
I mean, yeah,
No, it's hard. We cut hay over there on Olive and El Mirage and Olive.
way up the
way the
field
fuck
tree.
up there. Way up there. We got to go cut oats up there the other day. My guy was too scared to drive the swather up there because there wasn't a way you could go without knocking cones over.
Right.
So I drove and I found the least resistance, and I had to knock the cones over, and I knocked the shit out of them, probably quarter mile of them. The security guard that was there, he's videotaping me the whole time, and I'm not doing it to be an asshole. I'm doing it to go to work. I'm doing it for a reason. So we get to the field, and he's driving my pickup, and I'm knocking all these down. Me and my boy, and his eyes are this big. Like, what the fuck, Dad? So we get there, and then my guy that's gonna get in the swather and cut the rest, they're like, they're gonna come and arrest me now. They're gonna say, what the fuck? They ain't gonna arrest nobody.
Yeah, they ain't gonna arrest nobody.
But it's just
It's farming.
It's farming. It ain't like the rest of this country. It's a bitch right here. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not.
But I will tell you that even if we had 10 bazillion subscribers and this thing was paying you, you'd still farm.
No, I'm gonna farm till I die.
Yeah,
That's where it's gonna
you
be.
just can't. You just can't do
But
it.
maybe life will get a little bit better. I'm hoping in the next couple of years.
It will. All right. Well, that was enough of me and Brandon bullshit. I
Yeah.
guess you can just call that the bullshit session.
Bullshit.
We just
section.
turned on the cameras. We were just bullshitting. So.
Yeah, and one more time before we quit, one of my heroes in this deal is I want to give a shout to Glen Crane. A lot of people that watch will know who he is. He's a hell of a roper. He's won hundreds of thousands of dollars in Vegas. He's won with I think he's won with Tyler Worley, Nick Sartain. I mean, this guy he's a winner. He wins a lot, and not only that, in his his what he does for a living, he's a Trevor Brazil of it. I would say,
To us, Glenn is the Trevor Brazil of harvesting.
I mean, I really do. I really believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't got me on here.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say shit because I'm gonna think everybody in the world's gonna watch that and then call me.
Yeah.
But I do believe that.
It used to be Crane and Hayes harvesting, and my grandpa
Over there
was
on
real famous.
by the railroad tracks.
Yeah, they're on 67th, and then they moved to Buckeye. But Ernie had the barns here in forever, and my grandpa was really good friends. We went hunting with them, javelina hunting. We went to all their parties.
He had that truck.
Yeah, the Victorbilt.
Victorbilt.
Yeah, I think there's only 3 ever made. I think Lee Banning had one.
Lee Banning, Teddy,
and somebody else.
Mundall.
Mundall
had one.
Yeah.
Mundall had a green one.
Yeah, I imagine that.
Imagine that.
And shout out Mundall, the
Man,
old man Mundall. I have a lot of respect for him too, and Johnny too. But
he built a monster over there.
Man, and going back to Glenn, what I really liked about Glenn is he's a workaholic. He does everything on his phone. He knows exactly where every fucking truck's going, whether good or bad. It's saying something.
Which is not 5 trucks.
No, fuck no.
You know what I mean?
Not 5 trucks.
I mean, he has a shitload of trucks
and doing multiple things. My dad works for him. He hauls all their equipment, and not just my dad. There's 2 or 3 guys that haul just equipment.
Transport.
That's it. You know what I mean? And his shop down in Wilcox, he has a monster shop up here in town. And what I liked, he always, he's a roper. Like, he loves to rope, and like I said, he's won a lot of money roping, and he's been roping for years. And I kind of, he's how can I say this? He has that farmer mentality. First he's farm first. He works first and then roping, and that's kind of how I do me.
Yeah, like if he's leaving for a roping, he runs around and checks on shit first, then comes and gets in and goes.
Yeah, and when you pull up to a roping and you see a service truck a farm truck that's been on the farm pulling a horse trailer, that's cool to me.
I used to see that all the time. He won what the hell was it? Buckeye Sports Arena. Remember that?
Has his name on the side.
He had his name on the side of that trailer, and this was way back when he was driving a service truck every day. And you'd see that thing just wiggling. He'd be the last one to show up to the roping behind the service truck.
Yeah, and I mean he's a worker. I mean he's a hustler. Like the respect I have for him is hustle I mean they're working in Mojave to Wilcox to California, squeezes, hay trucks, silage trucks, hauling dirt. I mean
grain. you know what it takes to keep these operations running.
Fuck.
I mean that guy. I don't know.
They're second to none. People come here and they'll say, "Man, you got some equipment." I said, "Fuck, go look at Glenn."
Yeah.
Go look at Glenn's shit. I mean, when you got full-time guys in the shop building motors and he has so much going on. He's a paint crew.
Paint booth.
I mean,
he built his own squeeze.
Fuck, I sold him one and he redid it.
He stretched it.
Everything. Yeah. He's an entrepreneur. He's a lot of things. I do have
his wife's amazing.
Amy, shout out Amy. I can't say without her.
His wife is amazing because I'm telling you right now that as much as Glenn, same thing with our wives. As much as everybody sees us on the outside, oh, that guy's working so hard. He's doing all this, doing all that. Without the person in the office,
absolutely
making sure that those checks are there, going here, going there, going everything we got planned, and And then half of it is they have to read our mind because we're too damn stupid to tell them everything. Because if not, somebody will call a month later and go, "Hey, I was supposed to get a check. Oh shit,
I know.
sorry,
I
I'm
know
gonna bring it to you right now."
Yeah, no, Amy's a wonderful woman. She's man, without her,
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
And then Teddy and shout out Beverly.
Oh, Beverly. Yeah.
she's
Remember her and Jackie did all the
oh
pigs?
oh, I showed a picture of
Oh
Jackie for 10 years.
man.
Shout out Jackie Akamezo. I feel bad. I need to go see her.
Jackie Akameza was a legend.
Very. I mean, her husband passed away when he was like 41. To take that farm and to
Let's
continue it.